1 second, setting up your YouTube meeting. And we are live, people. Okay.
This is the September 16th Charter Commission meeting. We have already completed the first executive session to interview a potential Charter Commission attorney. We have approved our September 2nd meeting minutes and had a brief update on the website training. Awesome. Next item that I have is just to go back and update on potential interviewees from other towns and municipalities. And I know Dave had mentioned that he has a couple that would be interested. I don't know if you were able to connect with anybody at all. Okay, perfect. We can move them
So
in.
we had, for the attorneys, we had just given Dawn permission to kind of like find out what was good for them as far as timeline.
Mhm.
And then he checked with us before Dave,
Yeah.
find out what is best for them.
Are we still talking January-ish? That's
I feel like, yeah, we
I
said
think that
after the
makes
holidays,
sense.
and I think that really does make sense.
Yeah.
To talk to other town managers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody agree with that timeline?
sure.
Good with that?
Yeah.
We would be here January 5th. Where are you going?
Yeah, and like this, if there's people that want, it's easier to do it earlier. We can set that as well. Any other old business that anyone wants to
Oh,
go back and?
yeah, there was just one minor. I think I agree. It had to do with the preamble. There was a question there about where that information came from with respect to
Incorporation.
the incorporation papers. I did check with the town clerk and have any information on actual incorporation papers. So, but she said, I checked with a member of the Charter Commission last night, but we did, that was actually Joe Wagner, but we didn't have our meeting. I have sent him an email, but the only thing else I can say is, maybe somebody else already did this, but Wikipedia gives a history on it, of the town. And I don't know where that came. I don't know if Wikipedia is a legitimate source or not, because I don't know who writes that.
It can, well, anybody can edit.
Yeah.
So you're, somebody can put something on there and it might be true, but it could also not be true. Come along and
Change it.
to
Well, it does say in there, that Swanfield would be incorporated by the Massachusetts General Court on April 24, 1780 as Coxall, blah, 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 and it goes on from there. But, so I don't know if that's true or not, but the bottom line is I don't have any incorporation papers.
Well,
I don't know if that's,
that stuff's at the county.
now I haven't gone out to look there or anything. I'll go out there.
Speaking of the preamble and what we're the last one we're working with, number one, I'm still, like I said, anywhere you go for our town, it's not a PDF, it's a scanned document, so it's not editable or searchable. But out of curiosity, what is that supposed to be that picture on the first page with the William Shakespeare quote? Because I'm dying to know. It just looks like a hot blob, and I'm dying to know what it is.
houses.
I
or
thought it was
something.
trees on the one that used to be on the website.
Yeah,
It looks like church to me.
yeah, it's I'm not sure what it is by the time the copy I have.
Or
And is that something, if that's excuse me, if that's something we want, is that something we can get a hold of? Are we updating it? Are we changing it? Because this is kind of from the get-go, so.
Yeah, I think we need to,
Well, I can try to follow up with Joe. He was the vice chairman.
Oh, yours is a clear picture though, isn't
Yeah,
What-
mine's just about black.
what is yours?
it?
Oh, okay.
Much
Mine is
clearer than-
I happen to have the colored version, but
Look at that. It's all
it's
like,
not, it's not an updated.
found,
This is the old version. I mean, it's
like
from
the original.
November 2012. Somehow I got a copy of it.
It's the original
That's not a
deal.
picture of any place in town.
Doesn't
No,
look like it.
no, this is it looks like it's from London or something. I don't know where the
Right.
heck it's from.
Well, maybe it goes along with William Shakespeare.
Yeah, it's
right?
Yeah,
probably
it's
a
big.
quote they found with that picture.
Joe will probably know. I probably should have contacted him earlier. I thought I was gonna talk to him last night, but that storm came through. We didn't have a meeting.
Yeah, so I mean, if we're going from front to back, if we're gonna be changing the front, because, you know, like the attorney was saying, he clicked on it and it's not on the MMA. So, you know, we at least want to have something that looks good in up there.
Isn't the charter on the town website?
Now it is.
It is.
It
but I
was
don't
not
think
for a
he
period of time.
Oh, okay, maybe he
And I'm
didn't.
sure that
General
his
information.
reference point would be Maine Municipal.
Oh, okay, I get you.
But it's not even on there.
Easiest way for him to find that.
Probably.
I know prior to not being able to find it on the town website, it's through like the University of Maine system, library site, or a version of it. So.
Yeah, and yeah, it's a version, but it's not the latest.
Yeah. Funky, so.
Okay, sorry for the aside, but just was curious since,
I think that's important, and I always kind of wondered.
Are we able to change that if we want?
I think once we find out the why behind it, then I think that's definitely worthy of a conversation. If there's some symbolic reason as to why it's there, I wouldn't want to, personally, I don't disrupt that, but if there's not, then I think we could certainly discuss it.
yeah, I mean, why it's Shakespeare and why it's that picture, if there was a reasoning behind it, it's my question, I guess.
Yeah. Hello. Come on down. Oh, here comes Celeste too. Oh, perfect. So we'll just pause for a minute then.
Did we decide on January 5? Was it for meeting with the other town managers?
So our meetings are January 6th and 20th, and that
Sixth.
we could propose other options for other.
Okay.
So more to
Or
come.
the 5th?
Six,
Yeah,
January 6th, and. No, we started at 5:30 and then.
it's okay. Right, here's-
Do you want?
What's that?
Oh, I was gonna ask her if you wanted to come over here.
Yeah, do you want,
Spread
are you
out.
good?
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Thank you.
just for my own note, the town does not have incorporated papers here,
That's what Molly told me.
but you'll check with the county. to see if-
I'll go sign, that's a good idea. I didn't think about that. They probably have it at the county courthouse. I can go by and have them.
When I go to work tomorrow, I'll ask
Well,
the
maybe,
county manager, he would know if this kind of information is available.
okay, well, can you let me know?
Yeah.
Okay, if you let me know, I'll go out and get it. I mean, or I can stop by.
Yeah.
No big- Oh, the county courthouse is still right now in the same place in the old.
Yeah.
Some new one's being built.
Benefit.
That's near my Dairy Queen. I know what that is.
Oh, funny. Okay. If I don't want to. Okay. New business, I put this on here just because we do have some people on currently tonight via Zoom. And prior, at the beginning of the meeting, David shared that their select board is, I don't want to misspeak, still in the process of
Yes.
reviewing a virtual meeting policy and are going to review it with the town attorney. Okay. So more to come on options. So because we do have people on Zoom, and I think this is fine to have that as an option. We just can't be voting that way currently because it can't be an official meeting. Okay? So if anybody has a situation where they become a close contact and have to quarantine or have situations that arise, like just feel free and we can create a Zoom link and then hopefully we'll have a policy soon where we can vote that way. And proceed with everything that's going on. COVID and cases. Anyone have any other concerns about that or questions or anything?
I think actually the quality is good.
Yeah, I know. Kudos, Michelle. Thank you. Because I was like messaging people all paranoid. Are we even going to be able to hear each other? Like, what the heck? Are we
Good.
going to be able to talk? Like,
Good.
and it's good. So thank
And I mean, I actually wish the system was better, but it works.
you. Awesome. I have the next item to continue on our review, but I think maybe we could just sort of jump for 1 second because I think it's easier to just review November because I know both of our meetings for November fall on the holidays of Veterans Day and Thanksgiving.
And also Christmas falls on the 23rd, the last one, just so everyone's heads up.
So let's just knock those out right now and see what we can't.
Christmas is always the 25th, so.
Right,
Well-
but like there's some people take off, with kids or whatnot, and Christmas, so the 23rd is Thursday.
No, nobody changed Christmas, Amber. We're good.
Not yet.
I'm sorry, my head went that I was like, oh, I know.
Eh,
We're good.
Depends if you're on the naughty or nice list, I suppose.
So we're currently scheduled to meet on October 28th. Which kind of rounds out, obviously, October. And the next would be Veterans Day. I wonder if for November, we kind of meet in the middle and do the 18th?
Yeah.
Because I don't know that we need to meet 2 weeks in a row at that point in time, but don't want to skip November altogether.
I would suggest this, we move the 11th to the 18th.
Yeah.
And then cancel the 25th.
I would agree with, you want to make a motion for that?
I make a motion that we reschedule the November 11th meeting to November 18th to accommodate the holiday, and that we cancel the November 25th meeting to accommodate the holiday.
Any discussion? Dave, seconded, so. All in favor of that change?
Aye.
And then if we jump to December, we are, or did I not put them on my calendar that far out?
If you want to try to get two in, you could move the 9th to the 2nd and the 23rd to the 16th if you want to try to do that.
That would work.
Oh, you think meet on the 9th and then meet on the 30th? Is that what you said?
I think she's saying meet on the 2nd and meet on the
Oh.
16th.
Oh, I see your point.
Right, Michelle? I don't want to speak for you, but
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. And then we'll have a big long break for Christmas and whatnot.
do you want to make a motion?
Not on Zoom, nope.
Oh, gotcha, sorry.
I'll make the motion that we reschedule the December 9th meeting to December 2nd, and that we reschedule the December 23rd meeting to December 16th.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Perfect.
So they're not, are they voting?
No, we're not voting.
And then, just so I'm clear, then, we have a meeting on the 16th, and our next meeting would be January the 6th, is that correct?
Correct.
I got it, we're back in schedule.
Okay. 12/9, scheduled for 12/2, 12/23, scheduled for 12/6.
Correct.
Okay, thanks.
Then in November, we go, or in January rather, we go back on the regular
Okay.
rotation.
Perfect. Thanks for letting me stick around. That was very productive.
And then Amber will take care of getting that updated on the websites and all the other places to advertise our meeting.
Yes, we will. Definitely.
Okay. So the next item I have is just continue our charter section review, and so that everybody's aware, Michelle still can update the documents live from where she's at, so we can move through that way. The only thing that's, you can share screen, but you have to share it over there. So if we want to, if people want to move a table, if people want to follow along in the binder, I'm fine with either way, whatever makes the most sense for people to participate in. To be clear, we got through the preamble the last time, and we got through one, Michelle? We did.
We got through the preamble and through one. And then, so we have the two documents. Oh shoot, now I have that messed up. But we have, whoops, let me get over here. We're on Article 2, was my understanding. So we did get the preamble in one.
I remember us being very productive. I just can't remember what it's called. So just a refresher, following with we're reviewing it in the 25th, correct? The attachment A stuff.
Right.
Let me stop share for a second so I can
Under
straighten that out for you really quick. Wait a second.
Line clipped.
So it's page 4 of the attachment A. Starts on page. See that? Yeah. Okay.
So the question I have for you is, do you want to start out, are we going from the 2015 revision? Is that how we want to start? Which is what I have here, where it's already semi-revised.
I think that's how we handled the preamble in section 1, and we just reviewed what was recommended in 2015 and either agreed or tweaked.
Okay.
I think that's the best way to continue. Is everybody on board with that?
It's
Okay.
easy.
And can everyone see this on the TV screen, or is it way too small?
Yeah, we don't see that unless, okay, we have what is in front of the physical hard copy.
Yeah, I can make it a little bigger as we go.
It'd have to be,
We'd have to go sit right at the little table and be like, oh.
You guys gotta put in the request for those big TVs I want.
The Jumbotron.
there you go.
Never mind. I have it. Okay.
Did the part here that says henceforth this charter will refer to the Board of Selectmen as the board, did we take that out and decide to
We were gonna put
replace
it with
that with a list of
definitions.
definitions.
That's how I recall us noting on it, yes.
So,
There we go.
now, should we start maybe on another page, starting to track the definitions we want to include?
I think we did that, didn't we?
Not writing down definitions somewhere?
That was in, I think that's, I think we did that for the final, I think we put a note to do that on,
Either highlighted it, we did something to kind of signify it.
here. I know we have we changed that here, so, but I thought there was someone else we put.
The idea to add, that listing the definitions we're gonna wanna put in that section.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking.
Yeah, I think we had put somewhere, we put notes that we were gonna do definitions at the beginning or end, like even the whole history of the town.
Yeah, but we haven't started a list someplace of the things we're gonna define to add in later.
Would you like me to put it on the final charter commission report at the beginning?
That might be a good idea. We don't want to forget it.
Correct.
Okay, so why don't I go ahead and, I'm gonna push this down really quick. And then, come on. So it's gonna be, front page, we talked, was everyone here for the front page talk about the picture, for lack of a better word? So 4-page art. Then we'll need index.
The things that we're gonna talk about is this photo that gets blurred out.
Yeah.
We'll find out if there's a significant reason why that is there, if it's symbolic, if there's a reason why it's that, if it has to be that, we can discuss it.
So do you want history and then definitions?
We're gonna
I
do
don't know.
subjective.
I can, but I am gonna try to find out because I can ask Joe
Because that's a-
Wagner who may
That's a
know.
church, just so that everyone's. There's a church in that photo somewhere.
I'm sure somebody knows.
And I'm only saying it that way because there's no clear delineation that there's a church in that photo. Not
It's gotta be here. I think
that I have any reason for not wanting a church on it.
Anyway.
So do you want the way I have it listed out right now is I have 4-page, we're gonna, I have a question about art in the quote on the front page. Then we would have the index, and then the history of the town would be next. And then definitions, and then the preamble. Is that the correct order?
Yeah, I would think. Yeah, I would think that.
I would think so too. If we have to, we can
Can change it.
finagle it, but
Yeah.
the only one I'm wondering if it's in the right spot is definitions. But if we had to
I
move
can always
that,
move it.
we
I
could.
think that's, as long as you keep track of them, that's the main thing.
Yep, so I have them right here, and I'm just gonna put our date up here as well. Okay,
So section 2 it is. I also can't remember, did we agree to accept the way that these are renumbered as opposed to articles and just saying like 1.0 with the 1.1 that I think we did?
If I recall, I think we talked about changing them to the decimal type.
The way it was
To make
proposed in
some-
15.
Yeah, to
Yeah.
make a better differentiation between the old document and the new document.
I
That's good.
agree that I believe we did that. Okay, so let's dive in. Legislative authority.
Yep.
Well, I'm okay with the proposed change in 2.1.1 that's there that takes out the word selectmen and leaves it as board only because we are going to define that in the definition section. Where it would say that the board of selectmen is referred to as the board.
Right.
Just for an easy starting point.
So when I was looking through, yeah, the town of St. George, I came across something and I was just like, oh, I really like that. They have it listed as under their government, where we have it listed as legislative authority. But they start theirs with the voters of the town of St. George through the town meeting are the legislative body of the town.
I like that too.
I do too, yeah.
And I think that is more accurate. I don't really think Board of Selectmen can't enact a law or an ordinance, and that is legislative.
That's a good point.
But I like,
Can you see it, Peg?
Which section?
Right here.
Oh, the powers. Yep. Okay, yep.
This is what Amber's talking about.
Okay, yep.
I'm just trying to help you.
I mean,
Thank
I can read the whole thing if you guys want me to. So, the voters of the town of St. George through the town meeting are the legislative body of the town, exercising all the home rule powers granted through the Constitution and laws of the state of Maine. The government of the town of St. George under this charter has been formed under the town manager plan as authorized by state law. It consists of a town meeting, an elected select board, an elected school committee for the St. George Municipal School Unit, and an appointed town manager and such other officials and employees as may be duly appointed pursuant to law, this charter or ordinance.
I like that.
I like that too.
Okay, there's just one problem with that. I like the way the wording is, but it says under the town manager, under state law, does it say?
Under the town manager plan as authorized by state law.
Okay, so there's two ways to do a town manager. One is by state law and the other is by charter. We ran into this at the end of the thing in 2015. There was a discussion on that. So if we end up with a town manager, or do a town manager form of government, it should be under the charter. It's not. It would have to be
Yeah, so I
modified
mean, that
very
we-
slightly.
That
But I
would
like the
just
rest of
be,
the wording.
so we would just say, instead of authorized by state law, authorized law.
I think wording, it could be reviewed.
I just think take out the whole section that starts, third line down, that sentence ends state of Maine, and the next sentence, town of St. George.
Yeah,
And then it goes down under the town manager plan, elected school board for the
yeah.
St. George. Take that whole piece out.
Just keep the very
Keep
first
the
part.
and then where it says stop, it says constitutional laws of the state of Maine, period, with an appointed town manager and such other officials and employees as may be duly appointed pursuant to law in this charter.
Good, okay. Yeah, that sounds good to me.
But all that,
I don't think she does. I think she had to step away. Kids are needy.
And the older they get, the needier they get.
Don't say that. There's gotta be hope. There's gotta be hope for my life.
It doesn't change, it just gets different.
That's proven true so far, so that's all good.
Okay. Are you all set, Michelle?
That's a loaded question, but yes, I'm back in the seat.
Did you catch any of that discussion?
I'm sorry, I had a 6-year-old emergency in the other room.
So, Rod, do you want to just go over what you had suggested again?
So we'll taking the Article 103 out of St. George's Charter and just modify it to read as this. The
Yeah,
vote,
let me pull up a blank doc so I can do it and then paste it in. Okay,
would read the voters of the town of Lyman through the town meeting are the legislative body of the town, exercising all home rule powers as granted through the Constitution and laws of the state of Maine. Get that?
yeah, and then the rest of it we're not using.
Stop right there. Then the rest of it will pick up, new sentence, with an appointed town manager and such other officials and employees as may be duly appointed pursuant to law, this charter or ordinance.
Okay, one moment, with an appointed town manager, and do you want that in quotes, everyone?
Other officials and employees as may be duly appointed
I'm
pursuant.
sorry, someone just shut the door in the other room. So a town manager and such other officials?
Yes, and such other officials and employees as may be duly appointed pursuant to law, this charter or ordinance.
Okay. All right. So right at 2.1.1.
Correct.
So are we doing legislative authority of the board of select or get rid of that completely?
Yeah, we would use what
Okay,
had you.
got it. Okay,
And
Yeah, I
the,
like,
the only thing with that is that we have not discussed town manager yet, so.
Yes.
Right. But
So yeah, if we're gonna have two options, because that was something we had discussed earlier of
right.
you know, having it being voted, being able to vote for the both options. So obviously we would just change the wording on.
left something very important out of that paragraph. We address a board of selectmen in that paragraph. That's kind of important, I think.
Yes,
Three. We have, well, maybe, but I would just say, right now,
so maybe just make
So,
it with an
with-
elected select board.
with an elected board of selectmen, comma, an appointed town manager, yeah.
okay, so where are we putting that? So the voters of town line through the town meeting are registered. So where do you want that?
So that sentence that starts with
Yeah,
an elected board of selectmen and an appointed town manager.
okay,
We want to keep in that it consists of a town meeting, because we would still have a town meeting with a town manager as well, right? So maybe,
Yeah. Well, didn't we just say that? We said through town meeting. The very first line is going to say the voters of the town of Lyman through town meeting are the legislative body of the town.
okay,
That side, delete
town manager and just put. For the option.
Right, I think we need to be mindful of having the option too, right? So the town manager versus not town manager
Well, while we're at,
while we're
on
here.
this one,
We would take out the part that's an appointed town manager and just say other such officials and employees.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just he'll be appointed.
he'll be an appointed official. Yeah.
So do you want a second version of all of these going then?
I think we're getting hung up on details. I would suggest that plow through it and then create two versions. It'd be pretty easy to do that. One with town manager, one without town manager.
Yeah.
Because I mean, you're gonna give voters a choice. They're gonna have to choose whether they want to make changes to the charter with a town manager or make changes to the charter without a town manager. So conceivably, they're gonna vote for one or the other. One of them's gonna win, one of them's gonna lose.
I think what we do is we
If
just
we go there.
highlight the specific areas where we reference town manager, so we know that those are where we have to go back for the next option, I should say. And to everyone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay, so that's probably gonna be a pain in the. Um, and then we'll have to renumber these all because the final report's gonna be off then. Um, um, okay,
Are you good with that?
okay, 2.1.2, anything changing there?
We gotta get rid of,
Oh,
we gotta get rid of road commissioner and town clerk from that.
So number 4, attachment A,
Yeah.
so selectmen, so I need to strike through.
Yes.
Yeah, you'd have to strike through town clerk and road commissioner.
I'm so not good at this one, striking through.
Okay, Google Docs for that purpose.
Huh?
Uh,
No. Oh, where is strike through? That strike through? No, it's not it either. Anyone know where strike through is?
I'm looking. Format, menu, text, strike through.
There we go. Phew. Okay.
Okay. And with that, we wanna,
Where are we? Where are we now?
we just went through
2-1.
2.1.2, section A.
Want to stop there or do you want to, up to you?
Can we just take a quick look at B and C?
Yeah, let's hit the.
And see if that we can So B, ordinances proposed under the initiative and or referendum power. Any, oh, so this goes back to what we
This is a little more,
shall by secret ballot act on the
A
following.
and B are what we vote secret ballot, so that's what we would do before we go to town meeting, like we would do at school. So
Mhm.
C is what we would do from the floor of the town meeting.
I got you.
At
Yeah.
the school,
Okay.
like, or wherever it's held.
Good point.
I got you. Okay.
So I have questions and thoughts on that that I think might take more than a couple minutes. So I'm wondering if we want to pause here and go into executive session so we don't waste time.
Motion that we pause our current business and enter into an executive session in Title 1 RSA section 4056A in order to interview another attorney. I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Hi,
So Michelle, are you good to
Let me go back.
take us off of live?
I am. One moment. Let me get out of this one.